Hello, Papa.
Hey, John.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. So what do you want to do?
I'm thinking about learning a little bit more about this land business.
Okay.
Just wanting you to just tell me some stuff, basic overview of what you know, and what anybody wanting to know more about land would need to know to buy, sell, more proficient and in a better manner, and just some of your knowledge.
Okay. All right. Well, let's introduce ourselves. My name's Lou Jewell. I'm an accredited land consultant. Along with my son and daughter, we own Land Pro Real Estate in Pilot Mountain, North Carolina. I've been a land broker for over 20 years and a land instructor. I teach a 2-day land course for the Realtors Land Institute called Land 101. I actually do that all over the country. Been doing it since 2003. And I just started a course 2 years ago, the first 4-hour course about land called Introduction to Land Brokerage. It was sponsored by the North Carolina Real Estate Education Foundation. We call it NC Reef, and they helped me produce the class along with a writer, and we've been teaching that around the state. So my son and daughter, I told my kids when they were growing up, I said, go to school, you know, get you a good education. Your mom and I'll help you, and when you graduate, go live in a zoo. And my daughter Kate, John's sister, said, Dad, why would I want to live in a zoo? You mean like the Asheboro Zoo in North Carolina? I said, no, I lived in New York City for 10 years. Go live in a large city somewhere in the world, and you'll get an education and culture and meet people from all over the world. When you get tired, come home. So Jonathan, now 32, and Kate, 28, 2 years ago, decided they'd seen what they wanted to and wanted to come home. So we started Land Pro Real Estate, family business, and actually serve in North Carolina and Virginia. John and I have been talking, and you know, I want to pass on to my children, as most people do, the experience that I've had for all these years. It's not a job. Real estate to me, it's never been a job. I love what I do. I'm very passionate about land, and want to share that with my children, John and Kate, and you and anybody else that wants to learn. So we're going to do a series of these probably 6-minute, I'm told, 4 to 6 to 8 minute tapes that we'll put on YouTube and other places. And if you'll follow us along, we'll be doing this throughout the course of the year. And at some point, John, maybe we can package this where we have like an hour or 2 hours on a specific subject, and then offer that in a more formal format. But for now, we want to just get this started. We invested in some nice equipment, and we want to get a little return on our investment here. So let's just start off basically, John. You know, as I tell my students, you know, land's just a 4-letter word. It's a 4-letter word, but it's got a long, long tail. If you take that tail, John, and you start dissecting it, if you take timber, for example, or agriculture, or soil, or easements, there's so many things that's in that long tail. If you dissect it, I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years. And one of the things I tell my students, and you've heard me say it, is that, you know, I've got 3 hours and 40 minutes to tell you what I've learned in 20 years. Yeah. And I could probably go another 20 years and still not even touch the surface of land. In fact, in our industry, quite frankly, and you know this, is that there's no land education. You know, all these years you think realtors know how to do all this stuff. Well, yeah, we do, but we're not experts in it. You have these specialties. But the 180 hours that people take in North Carolina to get their real estate license, just the base license, the only thing they talk about land, John, is what, 43,560?
Yeah, that's about it. Not too much.
Yeah, I mean, you've taken the classes. There's nothing about land.
Not much at all. That's why I wanted to talk to you about more about it, and inform the public and anybody else who is a realtor or who just wants to learn more about buying or selling. Yeah. There needs to be more out there. So that's what we're trying to get done.
Okay. So with that in mind, that's why we have Realtors Land Institute. We're 72, 73 years old. When you go to school and get your license, you join a firm. And when you join the firm, you are actually a real estate agent. I believe it's 97,000 I saw the other day, licensed real estate agents in North Carolina.
That's true.
And most firms, especially the large ones, they require that you join the National Association of Realtors and become a realtor. And to become a realtor, we have a 4-hour code of ethics class. We're self-policing. We're one of the oldest organizations in the United States that's self-policing. So when we have problems with another realtor over a deal or an issue, you know, we have grievance boards and we have articles that how we are to interact with each other and how we're to react with the public. So you take that 4-hour class, join the National Association of Realtors, and you become a realtor, which is different than a real estate agent, okay? And then, John, let's say you wanted to specialize in houses. You live in Charlotte, and you don't care that much about land. You just want to do houses. Well, there are programs. We call them satellites, but there's all these organizations that are members of or associated with the National Association of Realtors. And for example, I mentioned houses. You join the Graduates Realtors Institute and take their battery of classes and tests and meet their requirements. And by the way, Shad is joining us. This is our land dog here, part of the family. And if you'll go to our website, you'll see her a lot. She's a Duke graduate, by the way. But anyway, so if you want to do commercial, you join CCIM. If you want to do property management, you join SOIR or IRM. If you want to do land, you join the Realtors Land Institute. Now, I'm not real sure, but I believe there's somewhere around 1.2 million to 1.4 million realtors in the United States. And each of these organizations have their membership in the Realtors Land Institute. And I mentioned we've been around 72, 73